All right, so I am down south of Ashburton, Mayfield, and this is Victoria. So this is my client, and so I've had two in the same area recently. So what I've been doing this morning is I'm back in the area and I'm repiecing all of the pieces that I found them, both of them separately. They don't know each other randomly, but they only live 20 minutes apart. And thank God for Google Maps, because I would have so this is Victoria. What needed to happen was to go through. We can't, and we can't more than what we anticipated. But that's all right, we weren't wearing it anyway. And so then, but the issue was that when we went to go, say for example, what I love to be able to do is then piece back things together if I can. But there was so much discord between the two. So there was too much of this, as I said before in my stories, and then too much of that. So there was no way to then create many outfits for then her to every day have a different feeling or a different scenario where there she could then create these different outfits. And as you said before,
it was stitching them back together.
And adding in some lovely, just new freshness and some modern things, and still keeping very much with Victoria's style, but we needed to just explode it a bit more and be able to work with these pieces she had, still loved, wanted to wear. But I do want to show you something before I show you something that we are going to and show you again. But one of these things was, say for example, pulling together this really cool skirt. Sorry, this is Victoria, by the way. And so you say quickly, Bree, what you loved about obviously now realising that big stitching back together.
It was, finding those pieces that all had a common colour theme and all complemented each other really well. Like when I picked some of them up off the rack, I'd be like, I don't think you're my colour or my style, but when you put them all beside each other and layer them, they all work really well together beside each other.
Yeah, and you could see Victoria on the day, because I'm taking photos and going, this goes with this and this and this, and through the day your brain going da da da, and you relaxing and you're getting so much more confident with me through that time. And then back today going, oh my God, yes, and then it makes so much more sense. For example, this skirt we found new, and then this top is also new, but it's pre-loved. And this is what is really amazing, is then you kind of go, okay, well, this is great. I've also got a pair of new shoes on, but then how many different types of shoes could now go with this look? And this is generally what can happen, is that we forget how casual we can also do things. We've got now a navy sneaker, she already had that. A brown now flat, which are new, but go with everything. A wedge, which she had for ages, would also go with this look. And a new sneaker, which also goes with this look. So but all of these shoes go also with absolutely everything else, which is amazing. And then also she's got some knee-high boots, which are going to be coming. And then just forgetting things like throwing on the new tan coat, which you've got, which is amazing. But then what I wanted to do was also come back in and just rework things like a pair of pink pants that you still really love but want to be able to wear. So now with all these really amazing extra puzzle pieces as we now have, just being able to create these things and even bringing back to life just a dress, but then how to wear it. And I know it seems really simple, but at the same time too, it's like the layers, putting jerseys over the top, doing it with a sneaker. This
is not just a dress that I wear out at night with a pair of heels.
No.
You play with
it
and have fun.
Exactly. And you throw it on with just we've got this amazing denim jacket, so to speak, with a leather collar, and you throw that on now with, say for example, I think we've done it with this in one of the looks, and again you can dress it up still after years, and so there's all of these now. We count up, is it 37 pieces?
Yeah.
And then we threw out a few hundred pieces.
Much lighter without them.
Right.
I wasn't wearing them, they weren't me, I was settling for things. Yeah.
And that settling is exactly what we talked about before, because you've still got a few, say, say shoes and little things like that. Yeah, and but she said, but I won't go get them, and I won't get them because I won't settle anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like,
wait till I find them. The universe is gonna show them to me. Yeah.
That's exactly right. My client before, she also said to me she went on a recent buying trip with her daughter, and normally she'd be in the shops and she'd be like buying and doing all of this, and she said she did not need anything and she was not drawn to buying a single thing. She said, I was so happy with everything that I've got. I didn't need to have that need and the hunt and the search to actually go and buy something for the sake of it.
Do you know what you just reminded me of myself? Because the hunt and the search is because you feel like you're missing these things to be able to wear all your clothes.
Exactly.
So you go and you hunt and you search and you want to buy a lot, but you bring them back and they don't stitch your outfits together.
Exactly, because everyone tends to buy just the one thing. They get it home, they don't know what to do with it. But when you're actually buying the right thing, and you've got it in the first place, and then you learn all these things of what you do with me, then you kind of go, okay, well, that's going to go, and there's all of these ways that you then figure it all out. So, favourite piece?
Oh, that's hard. I've got so many. Maybe the navy shirt. That's so me, but it's elevated and structured. Yeah,
that's a great piece.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, it's good fun, eh?
Great fun. Yeah.
Happy?
So happy we've done it.
Yay! It was very cool. It's awesome. I just love coming back and doing this bit because I think this is what everyone needs to learn. It's the most important part of it. But the biggest part of it is obviously learning your style. Do you think that's made the biggest difference?
Yeah, and you have like no limits to how things can go together. So it's really good for us to unpack those limits of how that doesn't go with that, or I wouldn't put you with that.
Yeah.
You just blow that all up and we go, right, this goes with and this and this and this.
I do blow people up.
Yeah, great.
But I think also too, I think like you said, she had your friend here over the weekend, and you went back through the things that we took out of the wardrobe, and you said it was so vulnerable. You felt really like it's a real. It's quite you become very accountable.
Yeah. Yeah. You look at where you've been, you think I don't want to go back there, so I'm going to put the work in to play with this.
Yeah, and it feels lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More
ease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yay. Yay. Thank you.
Thank you.